Hi friends, my name is Debbie Hauser. I'm coming to you from my kitchen. Today I am going to show you how to make khichdi. Khichdi is a meal that we make during an Ayurvedic detox consisting of mung beans, usually split, and basmati rice, and spices cooked in ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, and when we cook our spices in the ghee, all the medicinal properties come out of the spices. In Ayurveda, we use these spices as medicine. So depending on your body's need, we would increase or decrease certain spices and temperatures. Okay, so let me explain to you what I've done. Now, many of you might not have mung beans or even be familiar with what they are. They are super easy to digest, and they're actually delicious. But if you're not comfortable with something you haven't tried or you can't get your hands on it, we'll leave that for later, then you can try some lentils. I prefer the mung beans because they are much easier to digest, and when we're detoxing, we really want to go for comfort with the digestion. Okay, so what we have to do overnight, we have to first rinse our beans and our rice through a strainer, and then put them in a bowl with water. So typically you might see a foam on top of the water. You want to get rid of that. Often I rinse it and put fresh water in there. Once you have rinsed, soaked, and strained, you're ready to go. Now, the reason why we do that is because it helps again with digestion. Okay, so the beans become slightly sprouted, and then they're even easier to eat. This food is so easy on the digestion that it can be considered baby food. I also soak my rice, although a lot of people don't, and that's up to you, that's your choice. But I like everything as easy as possible. I had digestion issues for many years, and when I started these detoxes, it helped clear them up. So what we want to do first is we want to cook our spices. There's a brand I like to use, Banyan. A lot of people use this brand. It's kind of a popular Ayurvedic website. They have supplements, they have cooking essentials, they even have dosha tests. If you're not familiar with what a dosha test is, you might want to go look it up online and find out specifically about your constitution. I happen to be what's called Vata. Vata dosha, the elements are air and ether. And that means my qualities are light and dry. I also have my head up in the sky, so I tend to be creative, and when I'm off balance, I could be anxious, and that's pretty common. Follow me over here. My husband's helping me today. Anyway, I now have these beans drained. I'm going to bring them over while my ghee is heating up, and I'm going to drain my rice and rinse it again. A lot of people like to let it completely dry so it doesn't make a big old swish in your pan. I am Italian, so I don't care about noise in the kitchen. I actually like it. Makes everybody nervous in the house, and that's fun for me. So come on over here. So while still this is melting, are 2 tablespoons of butter. I should have said that before. It's good to use your hands with everything. I want to mention that we also cook with in-season foods. So if I'm cleaning my system, doing a spring detox, I'm going to use foods that are light and fresh. We want to get rid of the dullness and the heaviness from the winter. And my cooking assistant is here. Hello. So anyway, the winter time, fall time, when we're doing a fall detox, we want to stick to some heavy-rooted vegetables because we want to get ready for the winter and really kind of get our bodies rooted. And again, summer, spring, we want to lighten up. Okay, so our ghee is now melted. Come on, Marty, come see the ghee. So this is what it looks like. It's in a solid form. I use one with Himalayan pink salt because it's delicious. And my dogs are drinking. They're getting ready. So now we're going to put our spices in. So I have about 2 tablespoons of ghee, and I'm going to add a tablespoon or so of kitchari. I like to go a little heavy with the kitchari seasoning, rather, because I just love the flavor. It's kind of smoky and delicious. Now, it's important to listen while you're cooking here, because when your spices are ready, you'll know, because you'll start to hear them popping. So listen for the mustard seeds popping, okay? It's starting to. Okay, good. So we've got that melted, we've got that together, and now we're ready to add our beans. Here we go, mung beans. Let's get them in there and incorporated. I actually doubled my amount of beans that I use, because right now I have been in the house and a self-quarantine, and I have been eating too much pasta and bread, and I feel like I want to stay with lighter carbohydrates and less and more protein. Okay, time for the rice. It doesn't matter if you want to add the rice after the liquid, it's fine. Looking at this now, I probably should have added a little bit more ghee and a little more ghee and spices, but that's okay. My husband's eating this for dinner tonight, so he's probably glad, because he does love Indian spices with curry and whatnot, but some of these spices are not typical that you would find. There's things like hing. Hing helps with digestion. You have your basic turmeric, coriander, depending on your needs. Okay, so now we've got that going. We're going to add approximately 6 cups of water, and we're going to make almost like a soup. Okay, now what's going to happen, I add a little at a time, is that over time, this liquid is going to keep getting absorbed, and it's going to become like a porridge. Okay, so while this is becoming like a porridge, I keep an eye on it, and I begin cutting my vegetables. Okay, so while I'm cutting my vegetables, we're pretending I'm doing that, and I put them in the oven. I like to roast my vegetables. Roasted rooted vegetables feels best for me. Again, I told you I was Vata dosha. I need all the anchoring to the earth because I am way up here. With that being said, choose your vegetables according to your likes as well. So something most important I want to just mention before I end this video. Ayurveda really deals with the spirit. Our body, our mind, our spirit, it's all connected. We are from the earth. Our food should come from the earth. And the way that we cook and our intentions are all going into the energy of our meals. So when you cook, cook with joy, cook with gratitude and peace in your heart. Make all of your meals fresh. The life force energy, the prana that comes from your food feeds your soul, your spirit, and your family's soul and spirit. So it's super important that you put all of your love into this. So your mindset is very, very important when we're preparing these meals. Very similar to Mediterranean philosophies. You want to eat with gratitude and in a happy, joyous mood. So just come watch how this is starting to become soupy. Eventually, over time, this is going to become like a porridge. And what I'll do at the end of this video, I'll send a picture of what the final meal looks like. But I hope you enjoy, and I hope all of you are feeling healthy and well.